無規制配信オバコンスターティン
スターティンおいおいおい見えすいた楽しんごの引退じゃないのか
いや違うと思うよ。違うそうじゃない
思い今
見えすいてたねあれ。だいぶ見えすいてたね。っていうかそもそもなんだけど楽しんごの引退したとてネットニュースにする必要ある？興味ある人いる？ね。
おい反戦運動から目をそらすことを何だってするだろ
う。まあね。あ、今コメント来ましたね。
Oh.
You have a comment from Saliev.
Oh.
Saliev says, こんにちは。こんにちは back too. Or I guess it's the middle of the night over here, so こんばんは.
こんばんは
That's actually one you don't probably hear too much
Yeah.
outside of Japan,
Yeah.
huh?
Good evening.
Good evening. こんばんは. Saliev says, sorry, I only accounted my time zone. Haha. No problem.
Yeah.
Wherever your time zone, whatever your time zone is fine with us. So.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because you don't really hear konbanwa too much either, huh?
Yeah.
Like even in like anime and manga, for some reason you don't see people like greeting each other at night too much compared to during the day, huh?
Yeah. Actually, kind of in line with that. There's this old lady that I encounter once in a while in our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
When I come back home from shopping or whatever.
Yeah.
And instead of hello or konbanwa, every time I bumped into her, she says oyasumi nasai, which is good night, and it confuses me.
Confuses you.
Yeah.
She trying to gaslight you?
It does happen to be the evening when I do bump into her, but I've never met anyone that says good night when I meet them, so it's confusing.
Yeah. That is kind of confusing. I think she's like trying to gaslight you to think that you need to go to sleep or something. So it says anime has done a lot of damage to the Japanese language. Now you can't say senpai or oni-chan without feeling a goon or something. Yeah, I guess, especially the oni-chan one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would say respectable people don't call people they know oni-chan unless they have some kind of questionable motive.
Yeah, in real life, yeah. A normal person wouldn't call an older male oni-chan, huh?
Yeah.
Any respectable person. Even kids wouldn't say that, huh?
Yeah.
Usually they would call someone older than them oji-san.
Yeah, like in Yuga Gotoku, how Haruka calls Kiryu Oji-san.
Yeah. I guess that would be uncle. You see that in like Indian movies too, huh?
Yeah.
I guess in India too, they basically call any elderly male figure uncle and female figure aunt. Huh?
Yeah.
Auntie, you see that in Indian movies.
Yeah. Kind of shockingly thinking about it, like people in America don't really call people anything.
I guess, Mr. or Sir, maybe.
Yeah.
So
then that's if they have like a morsel of manners or something.
Yes, most people don't really have very much manners. Huh? Sayu says, "How have you been doing this last week?"
I guess so. Yeah. The weather's been kind of wonky, so I've like had headaches and like body pain.
A lot of rain the last week.
Yeah.
Huh? I guess the spring rains.
Yeah,
Maybe.
getting hot, getting cold repeatedly, kind of.
And I've been doing good. No leg pain, which is nice. How have you been doing, Saliev? I hope you're doing good. So he says, nice, I'm glad to hear your leg is improving. Yeah, basically back to normal, so that's nice. I've been getting some walking done. I walked around a little bit this area, around the area to try to get some pictures of the sakura since they're in bloom right now.
Yeah.
I was going to go out tomorrow, anywho, so after I see if I can get some good shots of sakura, then I'll put some photos together to send to you, Saliev. Saliev says, well, I had a bit of a hard time yesterday. I've been in a car accident.
What?
And today I had to go to the military police barracks to testify. What?
What?
That's terrible. Are you and your car okay? And I hope no one got hurt.
That sounds like a lot of trouble.
So you actually need to go to testify for it. So it says, but other than that, just frustrated because of the job on. Yeah, I know that can be pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll land the right job for the situation you're in, though. I have fingers crossed, sending good vibes to Spain in hoping that you can connect with the right people and the right timing, the right job for you. So he says, now one guy was parked in front of me at the supermarket. He started going backwards. I honked at him. He ignored me and hit me quite hard. And when I told him I would get inside to get my mother, as she is the owner of the car, the guy ran over. That's terrible. So the guy actually ran into your car when he was backing out of the parking lot in the supermarket, and he just ran. I guess that's why you need to go to testify, huh? Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a pretty good amount of accidents like that in Japan too recently, especially since the average age demographics is getting higher and higher and higher. You know, low birth rate and baby boom generation getting older and everything. So there's actually a pretty good amount of small car accidents happening in Japan, especially like in the parking lots and supermarkets too. So Sally says, I don't care much about the car since the lights work and it's a 10-year-old car that's already pretty bad shape. But what bothers me if the guy running on that, if it wasn't me and it was a kid, they would have gotten hit. Yeah, absolutely. That's the scariest thing about people not being careful with them backing out. Is like the other day too. Close to our house, there's a preschool.
Yeah.
So a lot of kids walk around our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And there's a supermarket fairly close to us, so cars heading toward the supermarket drive through our neighborhood.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's always kind of it's kind of well, the other day when I was walking toward the supermarket, a kid was running back from the supermarket, and like he dropped all of his all the change that he was carrying in his. He had like a fistful of change, and he like dropped all of it on the floor. And I quickly ran over to him and helped him to pick up the change because I know a lot of cars pass that road, and a kid ducking down. That's like, that's one of the most dangerous things for a car, probably like coming around the corner or something. So I wanted to make sure that, people can see there are people right here, picking things up just in case kind of thing. But yeah, that's kids and cars. That's one of the scariest combinations of things that can happen. So yeah, you're right to be cautious about that and worried about that. So
Yeah.
especially like supermarkets, because sometimes kids can kind of wander off from a lot of, well, they'll go to the supermarket with their parents and kind of wander off a little bit, and unless you keep your eye on them. So
Yeah.
but going back, since the average age is getting higher and higher in Japan, a lot of small car accidents like that is increasing the amount of those happening. I was just wondering, in Spain, is there also a birth rate problem, or like aging average demographics of the citizens of Spain, or any problems like that happening in Spain currently? Because I know that it's like that in Japan, most of Asia, America, I think Canada was like that too, right?
I think so.
Well, given the situation the world's in, I can't imagine people like wanting to settle down very, very much.
Yeah.
One thing that's kind of strange about the Monster Hunter Stories 3, the mastering of the volume is kind of strange, huh?
Oh. You want me to go into the settings and lower the combat volume?
No, that's not a problem. It's strange because Monster Hunter has like great music in it, but the volume for the music is really low in this game for some reason.
Oh.
So it says, yeah, I think the birth rate is a worldwide problem, albeit more prominent in Japan, but people here really can't afford having kids. We had only 318,005 in 2024, and it's decreasing. Yeah, so I guess that really is a global thing, but yeah, a lot more severe in Japan since there are more people dying every year than getting born.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of natural causes at that, so.
Yeah. Our current evil prime minister is hell bent on lowering the population of Japan. So.
So it says apparently only 1.1 per woman in Spain, which is under the replacement ratio. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's still not bad because Japan is down to about 8.9, and that's
You mean 0.89?
yeah, point at 8.9. So
Yeah,
it's less. It's minus of 1.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And those that's in populated areas, country areas like where I live now is lower even more.
Yeah, but since we happen to be living around a school, the families around here still have pretty good amount of kids around here specifically. But yeah. So it says, holy, hi Automod. I guess there was something that was taken out of that Automod it took out of whatever song. As I said, this time I understand why the message was banned. Okay. I assume it's like holy shit or something more than that around that area. Yeah, so it's pretty normal that couples don't have kids now. So yeah, which is pretty sad. And also, I guess, on the other hand, there's also a good amount of single parents too, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of people that do get married younger tend to become single parents too, and that doesn't add too much to the head count per household, right? So, Sayo says, no, it was a joke about you losing the glorious Japanese race because you are breeding with gaijins. Oh, okay.
Damn it! I'm alone.
Oh, you can ride your...
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Sally says, by the way, Jenny, you promised me a lag Yakrus in this game. Don't forget it.
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't gotten to the point where I found any. So.
Oh.
What the? She suddenly got up. I guess if you hold on long enough, they'll revive.
I guess.
Well, goodbye, duckbill platypus monster.
So says, nah, no worries, just joking.
Yeah. Well, when they do come out, I'll get one.
Yeah.
Still in the second area.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. You were telling me something that you saw last week that you were going to talk about.
Oh, about the game. Oh yeah. Well, first, Sally left a comment. I'll just read it to you. Sally says, by the way, want to know about the new little political scandal here in Spain?
Oh,
absolutely.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, we got some entertaining ones to talk about too. So.
Sally says, no worries, go first. Okay, well, it's just, I forgot that the last week, there was that rumor with the second year anniversary of Dragon's Dogma 2 being released, that they put out that little wallpaper that's like some new image, and that went to a rumor that they're actually working on new DL content for the game. I was just wondering if you heard about that. The people deciphering the note on the table does give you a little bit of hope. I'm just so hoping that they are working on paid DL content for Dragon's Dogma 2. So he says, don't give me hope, please. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too.
Yeah. Well, I was saying, are you sure? And people aren't trolling you, and you told me that there's a pretty good amount of like stuff in the image that is not in the base game, right?
Yeah. So I tried so hard to love that game as much as the first, but I just couldn't. Yeah, I do like the first game more than the second one, but the second one does have its own charm that's different from the first one too, but it's just so unfinished. So so it says, once you get to the furry country, it gets empty. Yeah, once you get to that point, it gets a lot more boring since there's not much to do. So yeah. But hopefully, if there is paid content and they do like a Dark Arisen kind of update where they add a lot to the game, if you pay for it, I'm totally okay with putting more money out if they're gonna add content. Anywho, in the screensaver image that they made for the second anniversary, there's like a note on the table that's written in the language in the game that says something like that they've discovered like wyverns or something in the north country of so-and-so kind of thing. So it's like a note of talking about a country that only appears like during the loading screens in the game in Dragon's Dogma 2. And like every single character that's like an NPC that has a quest thing in the game it is facing the direction of the image. but there's only one character that's walking out of the room, that's not facing forward, and it's like a beastren that's wearing a type of armor that doesn't come out in the game. It's like kind of a chainmail with like a wrap around kind of robe garment on just one side of his shoulder. So I would love both the DLC and the removal of the pawn aids. The ones that you can get other people helping you with. Sometimes those can get pretty hectic, I guess. I do like the sense that it gives you of kind of going through a large kind of a MMO with someone else, but you're playing by yourself kind of thing. And it's funny when you do like make weird characters in it, but yeah, it can be distracting sometimes. Yeah, there's that, and also like the banner at the top that says 2nd anniversary. So I said, yeah, I got one pawn one day, and I saw his red eyes and his bad demeanor, and I was like, nope, you go back. Yeah. There are things like that that totally pull you out of the game. Some people do make some really, really weird ass pawns in the game, huh? Actually, most people do. That does kind of take away from some of it. Yeah, I guess.
And sadly, that's a serious epidemic with a lot of Japanese gamers that they like to make fucked up characters in games.
But yeah, to be fair, I guess a lot of foreign gamers do that too. You know, there's a lot of weird characters that people up there for as a joke, I guess. But yeah, I guess some people don't really like to role play too much, you know, when they make their characters, I guess. But so if you're the new Tomodachi Life game, I'm already seeing weird stuff in Western countries. Can't imagine Japan. Yeah, there was that thing with that Tomodachi Life game where people
Tomodachi Life. What is that?
It's a Switch game that's, I guess, kind of like you know.
The Animal Forest.
It's kind of like that.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but with humans, and I think, and like some people made Trump in it and had him do like, and made fun of Trump actually for that matter. Sayo says it's like Me Sims. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's one in Japan too. People made Takaichi in it and totally grilled her, and that was kind of funny, but. Yeah, so there's a lot. There's like obviously things like that you need to be cautious with your children playing games like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a major epidemic during the DS, huh?
Oh yeah.
Where like creepy adults were like friending kids and like asking them to send them pictures.
It's like Roblox shit going down.
Yeah, and like they had to put like a parent block and like age restriction for friending people kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, some seriously creepy stuff going on.
And going back to that, the banner that says 2nd anniversary, just the letters that have red banners on them, if you put them together, you can spell out second arisen. And it's might have something to do with the DL story, if there is DL content.
Like the Dark Arisen in the original one?
Yeah, maybe. And I don't know, maybe that beastren that's just walking out of the room is the second arisen, but who knows? I'm just hoping that they are working on paid content, but you know, not holding my breath, I guess, but yeah. Was just wanted to share some information, hoping that there might be some good news about that game because it's like I want a reason to go back to it, but I can't really find one. So
Well, I have said to you from a while ago that I'm deeply concerned that like Capcom is releasing so many games this year
they are releasing a lot
that
of
they're
stuff,
not
huh?
going to have anything for like a few years after this. So I think yeah, it would be a good idea to bring back some of their half-baked games that like sold well but had horrible performance problems, like Dragon's Dogma 2, and like it was only towards the end of the game that Monster Hunter Wilds the performance was improved on the PC also.
Yeah. So if it comes, I'll greet it with open arms. Definitely me too. Yeah, but I do think it would be good if they did that because they've only recently fully embraced like selling stuff on PC, and most of their sales for their games are on PC now. So
Yeah,
I think it would be good to go back and update some of their older games that would really push the PC sales for them.
yeah. The last like stock shareholder meeting they had, they was talking about how they're going to mainly shift focus on the PC market. So
Yeah. Which is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Right? Given that next gen game machines are probably going to be like over $1,000 or something.
yeah.
Oh. You can run away if you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to be risking fighting this thing right now.
But so going back again,
Yeah.
but way back, I would love to hear the current political
Oh yeah.
stuff that's going on in Spain right now.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So I was, all right, give me a minute. It's going to be a long message. Oh, okay. A lot to explain.
Yeah, well, yeah. On our side, we got a pretty entertaining and dark reveal.
Sure, it's entertaining, but yeah,
Yeah.
just more
It's like-
more fuel for the end of days.
Yeah. it's like Star Wars kind of.
Star Wars. So you've been bringing the level up, the tiers up for the monsters in the region.
Oh well, I just recently got into this area, so I'm going around and picking up eggs and fighting these to make them weak, so I can just like get rid of them on the map.
By running into them.
Yeah.
Okay. So Salyev says, well, Spain is having, as I think I've told you a lot with the current president, brothels owned by the president's wife. wife that money usage to fund his campaign. While one of his ministers, a woman called Irene Montero, just announced that she will run for president of the state that I'm in, and her speech couldn't be more surreal. She told us that she, the most powerful woman in all the democracy, will step down from all that power and money, continuing in the next message. Whoa. Already so many red flags. I wonder what like the deal is with like crooks becoming the leaders of countries. Is it just like, has it always been this way? Or are we just like more are we more aware of the people running the countries now compared to before? Or but I guess, yeah, like looking back in history, a lot of the leaders were just like horrible people, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have continuing message. So I have the most powerful woman in all of democracy will step down from all that power and money. Continuing to the next message, she will step down from that position to give the people from Andalusia, where I live, back to the light. Oh man, that we should be thankful that she, a truly successful woman, sacrifices all that for us, and therefore we should thank her by voting her in the election next month. Boy, and now I'm going to be blunt. That woman has a supermarket cashier that got a ministry created specifically for herself just because she was dating the communist leader that our warmonger president had to packed in order to be president. So she really hasn't earned anything. She just sucked a dick. Boy, man, that's like, that's a clusterfuck of a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess the only thing I can say is no one should vote for her. That's some like batshit crazy things to say. I don't see how any sane person would vote for her after having like some kind of speech or manifesto like that. Bizarre.
I would hope so, yeah.
But I don't know, like even in Japan, some of the local government positions, some crazy people get elected in, so. Yeah. Saya says, nah, I'll tell you what'll happen. Either she gets elected because they do some election corruption, or she loses and blames a patriarchy on the far right. Okay. Well, I still hope she loses. With one or the other, that's a lot better. Hearing her complaining about that is probably better than her being in a position of power. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, corruption in elections, yeah. Again, has it always been that way, or have people finally started noticing that and it's always been that way, or is it just more is the election system corrupt everywhere? Because even in Japan too, the last election, people are like scratching their head, like with how much positions the LDP got, when like everyone's saying they don't know, hardly no one around them voted for the party kind of thing, but they got like in the most seats ever or something.
In the history of Japan, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone is like, I don't know anyone that voted for them. What's going on, kind of thing. And to be fair, people that aren't very political will just vote for whatever whatever names they see in the newspaper the most, right? And since the newspapers are controlled by the literally the government in Japan, which is being lobbied to hell and back by the the former Unification Church, the cult. Yeah, a lot of people do vote for him, unfortunately. So I said, yeah, I'm pissed at her because she weaponized and politicized feminism to get votes, but then she, for example, released a law that got rapists released and on the street, or an animal protection law that requires analysis to give a pet antibiotics, which take 1 week to be done, and when they are back and you finally have the permit, the animal is already dead. So no, I'm not happy at her. And then sounds like a absolute fucking idiot.
Yeah.
With no morals on top of that. Yeah, the people that weaponize feminism are like the worst, huh?
Yeah.
It's like,
I think those are the people that hate women the most in this world.
probably, actually, yeah, the people that like are trying to, that are reverting the birth control laws in America and stuff.
Yeah. It's insane because in America, if you are raped and you try to get an abortion, if the guy who raped you reports that, you'll go to jail and he won't, because you were trying to take the life of an innocent child that could have been sacrificed for ball.
Something like that, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
All the adrenochrome they could have gotten from that.
Yeah. And the irony that Americans aren't allowed to get an abortion and it's illegal, but Americans pay Israel to so that they can freely get abortions.
Yeah.
Because it's legal in Israel and it's government funded.
Yeah. So he says, in my opinion, those who weaponize and policy feminism and turn it so extremist that it ends up creating more misogynists. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that too. The people who weaponize and really kind of turn it in feminism into like so much of a political weapon, that they really do push it to the extreme. And that's like, the thing is that any extreme ideology is not good for anyone in the end. Even the people, even the branch that it's trying to be for, on top of that, so yeah, extremism never leads to anything good for anyone. But I don't know, maybe people like that try to do that to get, I don't know, I guess to bait people and to get more noticed more, because whether, I guess it's better to stand out than to not be noticed at all, maybe. So maybe a lot of people will use these extreme ideas to try to push their agenda and weaponize ideology to try to get publicity, I guess. Even the bad publicity can be good for you kind of shit, maybe. Or I don't know, maybe they're just stupid. They don't have any morals too. But yeah, I do think that extreme feminism creates more misogyny too, because people kind of, people get so offended by that a lot of people will push back and become violent, and that doesn't lead to anything good. So
yeah, I will never ever forgive feminists for because they were the fucking ones in the early 2000s that were like, women should be in men's sports too. Women are better than men. Women are stronger than men. And now they're all like, trans aren't women. They're men. So take them out of our sports. It's like, fuck you, bitch. Like you lost in that, and then now you're gonna become the exact group of people that kicked you out of those sports or things like that, and after being like, equal rights, women are as strong as men, blah blah blah, and now it's like, trans aren't women, get out of our sports. Like, it's so unbelievable.
No.
And now the Olympic Committee is sucking up to the Israel lobby parties and American conservative lobby parties that are run by Israelis. No, the Christian lobby parties that are run by Israeli Jews. It's
Weird.
Like, what in the fuck? And this is coming from the country where the dead prime minister is saying that Jesus was fucking weak. Genghis Khan could have kicked his ass any day.
So everyone is sucking up Israel right now. Yeah.
Yeah, they're sucking up the country that has a dead leader. And now they're having a stand-in with one of those like AI generated faces on top of him, pretending to be that he's alive or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
with his face glitching in the footage.
Yeah. So I find it so weird that a country that was created from the survivors from a Holocaust can be so racist. Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Oh yeah, you were saying that like they passed that law that if you're Palestinian and you're deemed that you committed a war crime or something, that you instantaneously get the death penalty.
Yeah, it's
without question.
It's like the first law in the history of mankind that is death penalty for specifically a singular ethnicity. The closest thing to that was during Nazi Germany, from the Germans toward Jews at the time. There was a thing similar to that. And now Israel's doing that to the Palestinians. So yeah. So it says Israel pisses off the Geneva Convention. Yeah, it definitely does.
Well, ironically, the whole like the Holocaust wasn't real thing is like propaganda that Zionists started spreading.
Yeah, but interesting. It's kind of backfiring right now, where people are like, the Zionists in Israel used the but we went through the Holocaust. They pull that card, all the time. But now people are like, no, I don't think the Holocaust actually happened. And they're like, no, it happened. And now it's like that, and they're like, well, then is the genocide in Palestine, then you have to agree that happened too then, right? It's like, there isn't a genocide in Palestine. It's like, it's more documented than like any genocide in the world. And them saying that, no, that's not a genocide, really kind of hurts their argument that the Holocaust happened, kind of thing. So people are kind of trolling them with that right now. So
yeah, and ironically, like no media is talking about how destroyed Israel is right now, because Iran has bombed the shit out of their country, and
well, they're strategically
like, well, we're strong, and like Iran basically doesn't exist anymore, kind of like, yeah, right,
yeah. So it says, I have a friend in Israel that has to go 10 times to the shelter each day because of bombing. There is heavy attacks going down there right now too. I
Yeah.
hope he stays safe, but yeah, just I really wish the leaders of the fucking world could try to figure out a way to talk things out instead of killing each other and using the people to do that. Man.
Well, it's like it's like the Israel government was like, well, if we like have America just bomb Iran, they'll just give up like right away and take over Iran, and America will give us Iran. It'll be so easy, and like, well, look what happened.
What?
No, it didn't. It wasn't happening. So.
If you look at the map, you can find the nest that it went back to.
The green one right
Yeah,
there?
it's the green one.
Yeah, since it's asleep, I can just pick up as many as I want. I suppose around June, they'll be talking about or showing a little bit of the expansion for Wild.
I think they were gonna have. I think they were gonna show it in Mayish, wasn't it? Not sure. That might be incorrect, but they did say they were gonna show it sometime around then.
Whoops. The hell? It's really annoying when like it like changes the stance like every turn.
One thing I appreciate about the art team in this game is how the modeling and the rendering for the monsters in this game, the job that they did in that, because the monsters are always great in any Capcom games, but I think getting a good balance between like the realistic monsters that they have in Monster Hunter, and finding a good balance of putting it into an anime aesthetic like this, and kind of caricaturizing them, but still having a good living animal like vibe to it aesthetically.
Living animal vibe.
It doesn't look too much like a character, right? It looks proper in the anime world, but it still looks like a living creature, a monster within the world. That's a balance that's kind of hard to get down. So I think that's one area that I think art direction wise they did an exceptionally good job in this game, that some people might not appreciate as much. Shifting styles and maintaining the integrity of the design is kind of hard to do. So
design integrity. I wonder if the Furu Furu is inspired from the infamous devil summoner devil.
probably not. Talking about the Mara?
Yeah.
Probably not.
You sure?
Yeah. It's probably more of a mix of a sandworm and like a dragon, and maybe some color-wise, maybe some Evangelion still kind of inspiration, maybe.
There's an explanation mark there that I just can't seem to get to. It's down there.
Might be.
Never mind. This is some kind of quest I was supposed to do at night here.
Why don't you check on the larger map? What it says. I just put the cursor on top of the exclamation mark.
Doesn't say anything.
Hmm.
It keeps asking that, so probably is the story thing.
Hmm.
So I should avoid that and just
Yeah.
wander around. Must wander around. Ah.急に静かになったから用事でどっかに行ったのかな。
さあ。
ようわからんから少し喋る。
少ししゃどういうか
いやいやだから日本語ね。
自己紹介やっとく。
まあ自己紹介とかもやってなかったし。
うん。どうぞ。
誰も見てないのに英語でやるのもあれやからなって。
おう。
じゃあやっとこうか。
どうぞ。Sari says, I only understood Japan. Okay. Yeah, Jenny was just saying I wonder if I should introduce myself in Japanese. About an hour into the stream, Jenny's like, I wonder if I should introduce myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just was kind of wondering if something happened and you needed to go somewhere like that. So I just wasn't sure if I should just like introduce myself or like that. So
Well, you can if you want to. I mean,
I
the show's about is heading toward the end, but
yeah.
you can outroduce yourself
Outroduce
instead of introduce yourself at the end of the show.
like an outro or
Yeah.
something. I can just do that at the end. Well, I guess you should talk about the dark reveal thing, huh?
Dark reveal.
Yeah. that it turns out that our fascist prime minister was actually one of them.
Oh, well, yeah. There was the
Yeah.
thing where she was using lingual that specifically people in that Unification Church cult, former
Yeah.
that only someone that's like a member of that would use lingual like that kind of thing. So, yeah, she probably was a member of that group.
Or her family is.
Yeah, and she was raised in that kind of
in that satanic kind of satanic fascist background.
Yeah, they have this weird.
Yeah, there was a thing in Congress where they were talking about the problem with the suicide rate for young people, and that what does the prime minister think about this, and what does she think
Can help improve,
help and
prevent the
things
younger
like
people
this.
from committing suicide. Yeah, and she was like, well, first I would like the young people to know that they aren't alone. Well, and that sounds like it starts off as something good, maybe. But yeah, knowing that you're not alone is pretty important, and you're not isolated. To a young person like that, but she totally spins it around. It's like she's first of all, I want, as I says, work harder. Less free time means less time to think of suicide.
Yeah.
I bet she does think that though, crazily.
But the scary part comes from here though.
Yeah, she's like, I'd like the young people to know that they're not alone, and then she's like, you have 7 generations of ancestors, and over 250 of your ancestors are watching over you, kind of thing. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, and people were like, what?
And people are like, okay. But that specifically, that 7 generations and 250 ancestors watching over you kind of thing, that's like a specific thing that the that cult, the former Church of Unification cult, uses to sell like spiritual things to people to kind of rid their ancestral sin kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you need to go back 7 generations of sin that your more than 250 ancestors carry with you to purify you from the sin kind of thing. And they make you pay so much money in that process.
Yeah, because for you to go to heaven, you must redeem the sins of 7 generations of your family.
Yeah. So it says, so the Japanese people now think that dozens of ancestors are piling up every time they masturbate just to watch them with disappointment. Basically, I guess. Yeah.
To know they're not alone.
Yeah. So like if you had like a teenager, a young person that was like suicidal, and you told them 7 generations and 250 of your ancestors are watching you all the time, that would probably push them off the edge. That's really creepy. So it's like people are like, what the fuck? So yeah, but that specific thing isn't from Shinto or Buddhism.
Yeah, the ye old ancient Japanese faith of Shinto or Buddhism that came in later. It's not either of those.
It's neither of those. That the way she frames that. So yeah, so probably she grew up in a family that was probably within that cult, maybe, is what people are saying, because that's not, you don't think that way unless you grow up in that situation. Yeah. So
and no one's gonna randomly say like 7 generations and 250 people, which is exactly what that cult says to get people to into their cult.
Yeah.
So it turns out that the prime minister was a plant that they put into the Japanese government, and put in next to their other plant, Abe, and made her his right hand woman.
Well,
because she was his main lackey for years.
Although apparently he didn't really like her, so.
But he was in cahoots with that cult because they put out so much money to put him into power and stuff.
Mm. So it says, it looks like one of those be free from the sin of earthly possessions by giving us all your money kind of churches. Yeah, basically.
And it also is the guilt machine of like, you can't go to heaven because you're carrying the sins of your ancestors, so you must wash the sins of your ancestors to go to heaven kind of thing.
Yeah, so like they can, it's like, well, even if you haven't sinned, 7 generations.
Yeah, 7 generations of your relatives have sinned. So
there had to be a murder somewhere there, kind of thing,
yeah,
like, yeah, crazy shit. So yeah, there's that. But it's like it's like a never-ending, like nightmare of like stupid shit like that with her, and like toward the end of the year, like some company. So I think that in no point of the Bible does it say that a child cries the sins of their fathers. I do wonder if that has made amends with her 250 ancestors. If she has made amends with her 250 ancestors, though, huh? Carries. Yeah. So it says I think at no point in the Bible does it say a child carries the sins of their fathers. Yeah, absolutely doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah, and I also do think if she has like washed the sins of her 7 generations and 250 ancestors.
Yeah.
Like, apparently it costs a shit ton of money if you do the full thing. I think it was like about like $200,000. $200,000 or $300,000 if you do the full 7 generations kind of thing.
Yeah, but their Bible costs like $1 million.
It's well, like they have different editions of their Bible.
But the highest grade is like $1
Yeah.
million.
It's like that golden Bible that Trump tries to sell to stupid MAGA people.
Yeah. Not the fake Christian one that they sell for like $10.
Mm-hmm.
The real one that costs like $50,000. He was in deep with them too, so I'm sure he got that idea from them.
Scamming people with religion. Yeah, probably. Yeah, but going back, toward the end of the year, there was this organization that helped doing PR for her during the elections, and they insisted that they were like volunteer people that help out with them with politicians, and she happened to be the politician that they were supporting, kind of thing. But ends up that their address is exactly the same as her political office address. So it's like, absolutely not. That's not. Those are people that are working for her, kind of thing. And those people started like a crypto toward the end of the year that was connected to her name.
Yeah.
And people caught on to that right away. It's like, what? Is she pulling like a crypto scam or something?
It was called the Sanae token.
Yeah. And she was like, no, I don't know. I don't know this. I don't know these people. I don't know this organization. I have nothing to do with them. But like their address is the same as her office. So in one of the other prefectures, that she has a different office other than in Tokyo. So it's like, of course you have something to do with it, but she like insisted that she has nothing to do with it. And like just over this last weekend, one of the few publications that's not bought out by the Unification Church actually got hands on a voice memo that I don't know how they got that, but a voice memo from her secretary talking about that crypto and saying that, and talking about how it would be they'd be able to make money off of it, and like, and that and giving them the go for doing that. So obviously her secretary knew about that, so there's no way that she didn't know about it, kind of thing. And I'm not sure how she's going to get out of that one, but she'll probably just insist that she wasn't aware of it. Maybe she'll like fire her secretary or something.
Going in line with the thing you were saying earlier about that woman that's running where you live, the in line with that, the newly appointed head of the Department of Justice in Japan, the DI, is the exact woman who oversaw the corruption case with the politicians that weren't paying taxes and were getting money from the Unified Church and not reporting it. That deemed all of them innocent, and she is now the top of the police. So now the police is totally corrupted.
Yeah, so well,
She did them a favor, and she got supreme power for it, and now she'll watch over the back of crooked politicians.
well, the entire system is basically crooked. So the only thing you can really do is be vocal about it and try to spread awareness, I guess.
Yeah.
Which thankfully people are starting to do a lot more actively here.
Yeah. People are actually protesting things.
Connection is kind of chunky today for some reason.
Well, it's usually chunky. The connection is usually chungus. The usual chungus. Kaiser Soze is Kevin Spacey.
What?
Well, thanks to the Epstein files, he was Kaiser Soze. Kevin Spacey literally was.
He's definitely not a good person.
Not a good person. He's like in cahoots with Epstein.
Yeah, well, that's not being a good person.
He even went on trips to Africa with him.
Yeah. So he says, and don't forget Stephen Hawking. Yeah, a lot of. Well, the crazy thing is that like a lot of people in the intellectual world
what is that? I never really looked at it. Looked into it or like that. But is that picture of him in a dress being held by Epstein real?
Probably is. He was on the island a couple of times. But yeah, a lot of the thing is that a lot of the intellectual world was called there too. So that's one of the things that's kind of especially disappointing. You'd think that people that were like that people considered had great minds would know better. I guess not though.
Well, I mean, he always carried those red flags of claiming to be God. So
yeah, I guess.
I mean, what the Beatles were ruined because John Lennon joked that they're bigger than Jesus.
Hmm.
and then people like burned and destroyed their records and like that, and then you have a scientist who says he's God, and people are like, oh, he's the greatest mind ever.
Like, well, he's an intellectual, so yeah, he's a little bit, eccentric, so kind of thing.
Yeah, he's only participating in human sacrifice rituals and eating people.
Yeah. So it says apparently he wasn't only the guy to covert pedophiles, but the guy that could get you anything. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was in the middle of everything. Yeah, it does seem to be that. Like even before he was doing the pedo island stuff, yeah, he would retrieve like assets and debt from like armies from that are like in conflict in other countries. So yeah, he was doing a lot of different questionable things.
Yeah.
And of course working for the Rothschilds and stuff too. And it's like
Well, he was a Rothschild asset, and
he worked with
you
them.
and you were saying that his real name is von Epstein, which is like the head of the like Austrian bank system.
Well,
The originators of the Austrian bank system, was it?
no, it was well, there was like an email thing of someone that was close to him that like sent a picture of the grave of one of the von Epstein family grave, and I do think Austria was there or Holland, and no, well, anywho, so that's like one of the larger banking families during the in Europe. So yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what the connection that he had with like the Rothschilds, since they have one of the largest banking one of the largest and oldest banking family in the world. So yeah.
It's just another one of those they were all connected in the end kind of thing.
Well, the money world isn't as large as you would think. Well, look at the number of people that hold all the wealth in the world is pretty small. So,
and it turns out they're all participating in human rituals and eating people.
Or they were taking advantage of the people doing that to blackmail the rest of the world. Either way, they're all rotten. So. So it says, and sadly, we can't do a thing. Well, I guess with that, yeah, I guess we probably can't really do a thing with that. But other than being the best we can be, treating the people around us with kindness and decency and fairness, I guess that at least makes our worlds better, or the worlds that we experience at least.
Well, I assume or I think that the best thing that everyone can do is just stop investing in the bullshit that these people do or have.
Well, even small stuff like that, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, people are ditching American tech and American AI tech at a rapid speed.
Well, the AI bubble is in a pretty dangerous state right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they killed off these Sora things, so. And after all the criticism, Disney backed off of their deal with Open AI also.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea who at Disney thought that would be a good idea, though. It's like, what? Oh yes, allow Sora to use all of our characters in generating a questionable animation at a terrible AI slop level, and make a channel on Disney Plus that you can see this AI slop with Disney characters in it. So it says, I honestly don't feel bad for Sora's closing. Yeah, I don't feel bad for it either.
I saw so much people saying that they're so happy that that's gone, and it's like the best news they've heard in a long time kind of thing.
It's like so crazy every time you see these AI bro people putting up like little movie kind of stuff, and it's like Hollywood is over kind of thing. It's like, my God, do you even have eyes? Sawyer says that and Google doing an algorithm to improve AI that is crashing the RAM market makes me kind of happy. It's being a fucking pain in the ass to find a job with this AI bubble. Yeah. The AI bubble is really like, I don't think like soon everyone is going to everyone is just going to be looking for a job and not being able to find it because of the AI bubble, and like I literally don't know anyone that's like, yeah, AI rules kind of thing. You know, it's like it's only the people like selling it that's pitching it to you that's like that. So it says, and as soon as I'm going to get a job and everything goes perfectly, Trump decides to be an asshole on Iran and every job offer closes. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
If only he could have waited at least a month or two.
Well, at this rate, America itself is going to go bankrupt, so. Yeah, and Japan's gonna run out of oil in about a month and a half. So.
So it says, what does Kagura mean? Oh, okay, Kagura. Kagura is basically, it's kind of, I guess, Kagura is kind of, I guess, a performance that you to honor God. A lot of times it's dancing. There's also singing, also music playing too, and it's like I guess kind of a ceremony that you offer to God. You know, there's like the bichu kagura and the different types of kagura that they do at shrines to kind of offer a. It's an offering to God, or whatever God that shrine is representing, kind of. Yeah, a lot of it is like, you know, a lot of it is music or dancing. There's a lot of mai, that they offer to God. So yeah, that's what it is. Sayo says, I'm playing with the Japanese in Age of Mythology, and everything I sent to Miko to pray on a shrine, it says Kagura. Okay, well, so Sayo says, it makes sense then. Yeah, so when she goes up to the shrine, she's performing some Kagura, or an offering to God.
Yeah.
Whether it be a song or a dance or a performance or an act of offering.
It'll probably resonate well with you, since if I explain this, but it's like the stuff you saw in the Silent Hill F game when you're in the Fox Gods dimension. And
I guess.
And the people with the fox masks are doing the dances with the masks. That's a kagura.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the rituals, things you do for the gods before you do something.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of I guess a lot of this is a lot of Japanese culture, like plays and even like tanka songs. A lot of these actually come from kagura. A lot of actually comedy comes from that too. Like the sarugaku is probably like a form of an offering to God. It's like a comedic little play kind of thing too. So Sayo says, man, how I liked and hated that game at the same time. Yeah, it is pretty frustrating in some areas.
Nothing as frustrating as ripping the skin off of your own face. That does not look good. Red monkey. Red monkey bird.
So it says, there's a part where Hinako must get to her house, and every 2 meters there's a circle area where the path is blocked, and there's one of those egg-laying monsters that created even more monsters. And there are like 5 or 6 of those phases. It was exhausting. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think some of the monster placements, they really, it felt like they didn't do enough, they didn't have enough QA testers in some in some of the map areas, huh?
Yeah.
With the monster encounters. With some of the monster encounters, there were so many monsters that, you know, that it was more of a chore than it was frightening. I think that's one thing that's kind of difficult with horror games, is that if you encounter too many monsters, it's not scary anymore at all, you know?
It's not scary. It's annoying.
Yeah, and like Salio said, it gets exhausting sometimes. So, Yeah, that's one of the things that's, I guess, pretty hard balancing a horror action game. If there's too little monsters, it's probably too bare, but if there's too much, it's like exhausting. So it says the only frightening part of Silent Hill FF was the school and the scarecrow part, for me at least. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really think any of the game was really that scary at all. But of course, I'm one of those people that, like, horror games just aren't scary to me at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, creepy vibes. I guess the school probably has the most creepy vibe to it, huh? Old Japanese schools do have a pretty creepy vibe.
Yeah.
Sally says, I just love weeping angel enemies.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything that I ever really thought was scary. Honestly, I think pedophiles are more scary than horror.
Oh, absolutely, of course.
Pedophiles with small hands.
You're talking about Trump?
Small, tiny hands. No, I take that back. I think people who think pedophiles are okay are more scary.
Oh, both are equally scary.
That worship pedophiles.
Oh, yeah, so some Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Sally says, but what about pedophile zombies? I guess that would be terrifying.
That would be disturbing. They have no conscience and yet they go after children.
Yeah, that would definitely be scary.
Well, I always had this personal thing that I always thought and looked down the most at pedophiles because I think that's a sign of extremely low intelligence.
Well,
if you're only attracted to or only find value in children sexually, that means that you have such a low brain level that you can't actually have a real conversation with a sophisticated or intelligent person.
Well, that and just complete psychopath.
Yeah. But it's lower than psychopathy. It's just a low level of intelligence, a sign of that, I think.
Yeah, well, like you said, I don't really. Well, that's the thing that I never really get with things like that. It's like, why can you, like, this goes with like anything, but I don't really get people who don't value like proper conversation and relationships with people. I don't really get that. Like,
yeah,
hello, you know. So he says, imagine Nemesis, but instead of stars, he says, chill.
Yeah.
Wow, that's frightening. Nemesis being like, must stop Nemesis at all costs.
Yeah, someone should make a mod for that and put Epstein's face on it.
But you want to be able to kill him, though.
True.
Yeah. So he says, I just think people are too used to the safety of the computer screen, so they scream and argue and don't listen to anyone. Yeah, I do think that's probably one problem that like so much internet might have caused, you know.
Yeah.
On one hand, I do think it's probably easier for people that are like super introverts to communicate with people without, you know, having to with having the safety of that layer. That's one thing, but I do think people take advantage of that and like just be the worst version of themselves that they can possibly be online.
Yeah.
You know? And that's like that has destroyed so many brain cells in humanity.
Yeah.
People not thinking at all about like how they are being, their presence online, and like how they're treating other people. It's like so it says, I've played League of Legends for years, so I know all about being the worst version of myself online, sadly. Yeah, the thing of League of Legends, I've never played that game, but I always see people that play League of Legends saying that like it's the worst game ever made, but they continue to play it for some reason.
Yeah.
And they're like, they hate the game, but they continue to play it.
Yeah, I've seen people joking.
It's like a curse or something.
Yeah, I've seen people joking, saying, if you hate yourself, start playing League of Legends.
So he says, don't play it, please. It's not fun. You only play it because you need to feel accomplished. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'll play League of Legends.
I don't really play any online games. I think the game that is the most online that I play is Monster Hunter, since I generally do the hunts with other people or send the signal for that. So
yeah, you really have to go out of your way to be an asshole in Monster Hunter, though. So I think that's one good thing about it, you know. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Thankfully, like, well, I'm always careful with stuff I do, so I've never encountered anyone who was like confrontational in that. I do once in a while, like, think about it when I do the hard ones, and like join those or like that, and it fails, and like I hope nobody thought it was my fault that it didn't work out.
Yeah. So it says, I can be a bit of an asshole sometimes in Monster Hunter. I usually expel from the quest any longsword user that wakes the monster up, and when I put it to sleep, and I do spam, it's asleep, don't attack messages, so they do it consciously. Well, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's still being civil, and you know, in that case, I think the person whacking the sleeping monster is the one that's the asshole right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, or they just don't know better. So like putting out the message of it's asleep, don't attack is probably the correct thing to do right there. So
to troll them. Instead of saying that, you should type in the message, Father. Then only people who know Code Veronica will laugh about that, and everybody else will be like, Father?
What?
What? That might be funnier.
Yeah. I wonder what they're going to do with that scene in the remake. I'm afraid, I'm so scared that they like rewrite Steve so much that he loses all of his like weird charm.
I still
Sayas also says, I wonder how that scene is going to look in the remake. Oh, we were thinking the same thing. Yeah, I was like, yeah, because I watched your stream before of the playthrough, and a lot of the stuff that I saw, again, I was like, I wonder how that's going to work in the remake. Sayas says, I've heard some leaks from it. Do you want to know them? Oh, sure.
Sure, certainly.
Yeah. There's no spoilers because, I mean, we already went through the multiple times.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so, any leaks that you've heard of it, I'm up to it.
Yeah. I'm not one that's bothered by information before I play it. So.
Yeah, especially if it's like a remake, since you already know, the direction of the story in general. I was pretty sure that I read somewhere that the directors of the games were the people that were responsible for RE2 and RE4 remake. So I would think that the game is in good hands. Sally says, I heard that every key scene is done, so no missing content at all. But it's going to be the remake that has the most things changed. Leaker said the Wesker versus Chris cutscene is going to be a full playable boss fight. Oh, that sounds cool. And that he ends up so trashed that Claire is the one to go and fight Alexia. Which I think it's appropriate since it's more Claire's game than Chris's. Oh, yeah, actually, I think those changes would be really good.
Yeah.
For making the game more serious, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, that does actively make this game more have its kind of, I don't know, like campy charm, I guess. But it's hard to take serious with that stuff happening toward the end of the game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like it's a good change.
I would think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how they're going to change the scene though, because it's inappropriate that he's looking at Claire's ass and then and then messes up, and that's the cause of his death and them failing to escape.
Yeah. So he says, yeah, I really hope what they'll do with the cross-dressing freak, I really hope they don't change Alfred at all. Yeah, I'm not sure if they can get away with that right now, but I'm all for it if they can. I'm interested in seeing how they'll approach that, huh? The literal like Nazi insignia and stuff like that, of course, I'm sure won't be in it anymore, but
yeah.
Mm. So I said, I don't mind the removal of the cross-dressing freak sentence, but I want Alfred cross-dressing and as psychopathic as he is in the original game. Yeah, I actually would like them to double down on him being batshit crazy. I would like him to be obviously more crazy, actually. I think if they did that, they can get away with the kind of cross-dressing referencing right there. That it really is that this person is like totally, like, not exactly crazy, but I guess they could depict it as like almost Jekyll and Hyde kind of, total change of personality and traits, and double down on him being a really freaky character. So he says, and I would put back all the Nazi references that the original Japanese version had. Yeah, I'm actually okay with things with that too in fiction, but yeah. I get why it's taken out. Also.
Well, you were saying that there's still areas in Africa where like the rich white people that like ran away from Germany still like do Nazi salutes in.
Oh yeah, there are places like that.
Well, hell, that's like America now. So.
Well, yeah, America's basically that now.
Damn it, I switched the monster by mistake. I was gonna ride it.
But I'm really looking forward to seeing how that's coming together. It's supposed to come out like early next year or something. So, is what people are saying. So I assume that they'll probably announce it June-ish, E3-ish time. The Summer of Games Fest thing is going to be there, but Capcom does their own things now. So
yeah, they shouldn't associate with the Summer of Keeley.
Summer of Keeley. Yeah.
Nobody should. After the bullshit of what they did to that High Guard game. It's terrible. He basically killed that game.
Well, the publisher also, but
no, but he did because he pushed them to show it, and they were like, "Well, if we're going to show it, then I guess we need to release it soon."
Well, the publisher probably pushed them after that, but yeah. So I said, you mean the game that revolutionized and did what no game before has done before? Yeah.
The game that they shut the service down in like 1 month. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeff Keighley was like, yeah, the game was too good for gamers, kind of thing. It's like trying
you peasants weren't worth this
worthy
game.
of the greatness that was High Guard. It probably needed like another year or two, probably.
Yeah, but he insisted that they show the game on the Game Awards, and you were saying that was the last game they showed?
They say that was the last thing that they showed. So it says Temu Overwatch. Ah, okay. Well, I guess that sums up why people weren't really happy about the game then. Why would you, if you can have actual Overwatch, why would you want Temu Overwatch?
Yeah. Well,
especially since Overwatch apparently is doing a lot better now.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure the problem was that since they had to release it like way ahead of time, it was Temu Overwatch because the character designs weren't final.
Hmm. So it says you can't say that a game is revolutionizing a genre and doing what no game has done before, and then show a fucking hero shooter. Yeah, that's about as generic as you can get. So. Revolutionizing generic hero shooters. So it says the market is already overtly saturated with those. Yeah.
Yeah.
So saturated. So it says look at Concord. unfortunately, Concord is nowhere to see now. But yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's unfortunate, but well, for the people who made it, it is, I guess. But
yeah, well, that made a record that they shut the game down and delisted in like 4 days.
It's so bizarre to me sometimes that like why game companies continue to throw money at games that are already oversaturated in a market and like throw insane budgets at games like that. So it says I cannot blame them. The character designs were ugly as hell. Yeah, and that's the other thing is that like of course I don't think a game has to be aesthetically like have like insane amounts of sex appeal and stuff like that, but not you can still be like aesthetically pleasing and make characters that are cool looking or cute or like interesting and not sexualize them but have them also be cool. But you can get that balance, but like they need to be at least cool or appealing in some way, but that game didn't seem to achieve. I don't think they really achieved anything with the character designs, other than it being uninteresting. So I says, no, I don't care about sex appeal either, but at least don't make my eyes bleed with poor and bright choice of colors. Yeah. That's the thing too. I think like with like hero shooters, I think the color scheme that they use for a lot of the games are just really a turnoff for me a lot of times. Like I see like some specific color uses and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to play that. It's not even just about design. It's like the how the world feels and the art direction of the world.
It's like every place that makes those free to play games in the West think that it needs to be like Fortnite. And they're doing you a favor by oversaturating it and making it like really overdone design kind of thing. If it's not that, it's the other opposite thing that I just hate of like devs that think that they're doing you a favor by making every character just unbearably ugly and saying this is real and this is reality.
And in some cases it kind of feels offensive too. It's like, we wanted our characters to better represent the gamers that are actually experiencing the game, and then you make a roster of really ugly looking characters. Like, what, you think that's what all gamers look like?
Gamers are ugly losers that have no life, so they'll be more happy to look at heroes that are ugly losers that have no life.
Yeah. So I said, yeah, I play games to escape from reality. Thanks. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Reminds me of a thing that my mother said a while ago, that there was like some movie that she watched and that everybody in the movie was so ugly that it was just distracting and she couldn't enjoy it at all.
The story
it actually broke the story with how ugly everybody in the movie was.
Actors were so ugly it broke the story. I do get that though. Like when you have designs in the game that are like just so distractingly ugly, it's hard to get into the game. Yeah. Yeah. So that is a thing, I think. That yeah, escapism is important, and like it's nice to look at pretty games, that's not just saying that the characters all need to be beautiful or stuff. You can be interesting, and it doesn't have to be beautiful. You can actually you can even use ugly to be interesting too. Even it just needs to be done right. But yeah. I don't know. I guess it's that thing where you have too much people working on one thing sometimes, maybe. That does just, it loses direction, maybe.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like the Flintstones movie had like 40 writers on it and
Yeah.
kind of thing. Too many writers and like it doesn't go anywhere kind of stuff. I guess that can happen with designs in games too, maybe. You okay?
No? Yeah. I was just thinking it's probably about time to stop, huh?
Sawyer says, I don't like sand clock shaped women, but at least don't give me a Shrek clones without any context. Yeah. The design needs to be meaningful, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with sand clock shaped women or Shrek clones as long as there's meaning to that design, you know?
Or honestly, it reflects
the character or their personality or, you know, or the design of the world. And there's something more of just an aesthetic element right there, that there's something more to it than just that, you know? There needs to be more than just that, so.
Yeah, you're not gonna have like an extremely muscular guy that's like a slob and just sits around and does nothing.
Yeah, that just doesn't make sense. Like, where the hell does he get those muscles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a really ugly character, and it's like everybody's like, it's like he's so hot. It's like, what?
Yeah, there needs to be more to the designs. As
Yeah.
I says, he exercises them by micro vibrations. Oh, those
Yeah.
like electric pulse micro vibration things.
Like that a sex offender Ronaldo was in commercials.
Yeah, that 6-pack thing, huh?
Yeah. I guess it's about time to stop, huh?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Probably. Well, I'm just like picking stuff up and sending monsters back into the wild.
Circle of life kind of thing.
Yeah.
The circle of life simulator. So that's one of the things I hate from solo leveling, how the main character goes from a fucking loser to an alpha male. Women watering in 2 chapters. Yeah. I guess, well, yeah, there needs to be more meaning to that kind of progression. It can't just be that. And well, I've only like seen the first couple of episodes of that, but so I haven't gotten to the other parts, but I can imagine, I guess, how that goes out then.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I said it. I guess it's about time to stop. Huh?
Oh, okay. Well, you can go ahead and close the stream in English, then I can close it in Japanese after that then.
So thank you, Sally, for coming by, and I hope some of the conversation was fruitful and enjoyable, and that I hope your car accident stuff is resolved without a problem.
And I'll be closing the stream in Japanese then. Again, Salih says, my pleasure as always. Do take care and don't get absorbed by the fascist Christian cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't. Definitely won't. Fight the power, right?
No war.
No war.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because you can actually say no war and these fascists will come at you and say, what do you mean no war? It's like, what? Who the fuck is okay with war? Like, go back to the home you call hell or something. Hell spawn.
You have these far right people that are acting like Japan is at war with Iran, and it's like you're offending them by saying that.
Yeah, crazy. So again, Sai says, if you want war, you go and fight in the field yourself. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't. The people that are warmongers would never go out themselves.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Yeah. So again, thanks for dropping by. Hope the car situation is resolved. And again, sending good vibes for you.
Yeah.
Being able to land an awesome job. Have a great day and a great weekend. Hope to see you again. So also says if you want, yeah, I already read that. Sorry. Okay, so thanks again. So it says take care, you too. ということでね、今週はここまでということでね、2時間39秒配信しておりましたが、ここまでということでね、来週もね、だいたいこんな感じでだらだらね、配信をしておりますので、金曜0時ぐらいにね、ツイッチで配信しておりますので、よければね、誰でもウェルカムなので遊びに来てください。過去の配信の分はね、YouTube の検索バーをクリックしますとね、zGennyy で検索しますと、この配信の主であるジェニーのチャンネルが出てきますので、興味がある方はぜひ、そちらの方を読者登録、通知オンしてくださるとね、我々喜びます。ということで、またその日までぜひ良い1週間をお過ごしください。それではまたのお越しをお待ちしております。See you!
Bye bye.